Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of May 16th through the 23rd. And during that time, we have a new moon that comes in on the 17th. And of course, that's a time for a fresh start, new beginnings, a good time to learn a new skill or to start any projects, both inner and outer, or also to make new decisions. We then have the waxing crescent energy for the rest of the week. That's the moon is starting to gain, those little slivers of light. Get to see that moon at night. That's a time of heightened senses, a good time to execute the things that we've just started, live up to our expectations and our intentions and the things that we're trying to accomplish for this cycle. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Scorpio. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is a new start is coming, which is the new moon card. So, how nice is that? Perfect with the new moon coming up. All right, as I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder this week is that you do take the time to learn something new, and not just a little something, but something a little bigger than usual. Maybe take something that takes a little more time. It could be anything really, but learn something new. It might be that you learn a new recipe. Maybe there's something and it's a little more complicated and you take the time to learn that. Maybe it's a new exercise routine that you take time to look into. Maybe there's some historical fact. Maybe there's something that's come up recently and maybe in the news and you're like, I don't even know the history of that thing. Let me go take a deep dive and learn about that. But it could be anything under the sun. Just give yourself a couple of hours to really deep dive into a topic that you've been wanting to learn about. So that's my fun weekly reminder for you. And it kind of goes along with our new moon theme of this week. So good time to do that. Excuse me, clear my throat a little bit. All right, let's get into this reading. Scorpio, May 16th through the 23rd, a new start is coming. Your overall energy right now, Page of Swords. So new starts come with new ideas, and that's definitely what the Page of Swords is about, especially this is air energy. This is things that might just come to mind to you. It might come through some sort of communication, but it's a little inspiring and something that you do, start to think about, take a little bit of action on a new path that you start thinking about, with some new thought, with some new idea. Your current situation is the Queen of Pentacles. So it may be some new thoughts that you're having about money or material things. And you start to, maybe set goals to accomplish things or to work towards some goal. The Queen of Pentacles is about understanding how things work in the material world when it comes to, in this case, money and things and, things like your living space. Do you need to reorganize some things there? That sort of thing. So it's about the material world and you're having some sort of new idea. At the root of your situation is the two of wands here. So you're definitely thinking about your future. Maybe you're thinking about making a move. It could be that you want to move. If you live at home with your parents, you may want to move out. If you live in an apartment, you may want to buy a house. If you live in one house, you may want to upgrade and go to another house. So it may be something like that when it comes to, like I said, your material place of living. It could be about a job too. It could be that you're thinking about your future and you're thinking, you know what? In order for me to have a better understanding, I just need more pentacles to work with. So could be that as well. So keep those things in mind. What are you thinking about with your future? What are some future goals that you're setting for yourself? In your recent past here is that you're feeling a little bit like an outsider because of whatever this is. So are you feeling like an outsider within your career, within your professional situation, or is it kind of within your home situation that you're like, all of my friends are buying houses and I'm still in this apartment, and let me set a goal. If that's something that you're feeling like an outsider about and you want to change about your life, then you have to set goals and meet different requirements as your goal setting. Set that for a certain time period out, that maybe there's money that you need to save or things that you need to do to make more money and to get yourself there if that's a goal that you really want to do. Okay, what's on your mind this week? On your mind is moving forward in a very calm way and being supported here with the Eight of Cups. So this is about exploring what's out there, what's out there for your future. Maybe maybe you think it should look a certain way and it looks a different way for you. You're a different person. Scorpios, you guys are very creative and are living interesting lives, that's for sure. So, what does that look like for you? What does the future look like? And what is it that you're out there seeking right now? As there's a lot of we're looking at the back of this guy, kind of the back of this one here and here. So we're thinking about things that are pushing you forward here. What is just ahead of you this week is some hard work with this Eight of Pentacles. So more pentacles on the table, and it's telling you it's just hard work ahead of you. So whatever this goal setting plan is, sometimes it is just about buckling down and doing the work that needs to be done to achieve your goals. That's the same for all of us. So in your advice position here is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so the Ace of Swords is about having some sort of mental breakthrough. I talked about this Page of Swords here. So this is having an idea. It's like an aha moment where you're like, oh, this is what I should do. If it's about your job, this is what I should do to make more money. It's been right there the whole time. How did I not see that? Maybe you're putting in more hours, or maybe just for some reason there's maybe an opportunity at your job to make more money, and you just need to step up and take it. But you're having kind of an aha moment about that, and it goes in with all of this goal setting, these things that you're doing for yourself. What is beyond your control this week is the Hermit card. So this is just choosing to really think about things, your inner wisdom. There's a lot of times that the answer, isn't outside of us. The answer is inside of us. I always think about Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. That's, there's no place like home. And we all really do have those answers. It was inside of us the whole time to know the answer to making our lives better, happier, whatever your goal is. With that, go in and find your inner wisdom. And sometimes it's just about enacting that. You already know what you need to do. You just need to start putting it into action. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Three of Pentacles, which is about creative collaboration. So is it your secret desire to collaborate? And this could be at your job. It could be that there's other people that know how to bring in more pentacles or know what you can do to make more money, and seek their advice if they're older and wiser than you. That's a good thing to do. Or it's maybe you're trying to avoid collaborating for whatever reason. And different Scorpios will answer this question differently. The big thing about this card is asking yourself that question, answering it, and then understanding the answer, understanding why you answer it in a particular way. And you may want to keep that, may be fine. And you may question that. You may say, well, maybe I shouldn't be thinking of it like that. So that's just kind of it's like the deeper question you need to ask yourself this week. And your outcome position here is the Temperance card. So here comes the Angel of Inspiration to inspire you. This is about being balanced. This is about being very centered. This is about, what is your purpose? This is about kind of reaching into the thoughts of the deeper consciousness about what is your higher calling, when it comes to everything that your life is doing here. So, and what are the goals again that you're setting for your future, and how are you going to work hard to achieve those goals? And what are they? Sometimes you just need to first think it through. Like I said, you always have the answers inside of you. We all do. And then sometimes it is just about formulating a plan and letting that plan come to fruition. What is hidden from you this week, Scorpio, is the King of Pentacles. So, the King of Pentacles is like the all knowledgeable about his suit, where the Queen is about the understanding. There might still be things for you to learn when it comes to earning, acquiring those pentacles, about things about the material world. You still have some things to learn. And like I said, it's new moon week. It's a good week to learn something new. So if it's about taking some money and investing it, maybe you spend some time researching, what is the best investment right now? How can I turn my money over and turn it into something? So keep that in mind as something new to learn for you this week, if it's something that's on your mind. All right, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Scorpio. This card wants to come out. Face your shadow. Okay. Face your shadow. What is in there in your shadow that is maybe holding you back a little bit? I mean, we all have to do that kind of work where, there is darkness in all of us, and sometimes we have to turn around and face what that is, to see what that is, and to make our future even brighter, to make those improvements in our life. So face your shadow, figure out what that is. Is there something holding you back? Is it something in that shadow self that makes you maybe a little less confident? And you have to work on those things to overcome them. All right, what do you need to do in the way of self-care for this week, Scorpio? Self-care for Scorpio, and the card that you get is the card that says Rebel. It's time to celebrate the fact that you don't fit in. Stand on your own 2 feet. You don't fit in. You do things differently. I was just saying that about Scorpios. You do things a little differently than everybody else. So it's okay. Think outside of the box. You guys can be very successful doing that. You don't have to follow, success. If success is the reward at the end, there are many, many different paths to get there. Choose your own path. Be a rebel if you have to, but do it in your own way and do it confidently, Scorpio. So, Scorpio, I hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below and let me know. Or if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer those for you. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe really helps me. And I thank you so much for doing that. And if you've already become a subscriber, thank you so much for being here with me. I do appreciate and see you guys that are coming back and starting to interact, send me emails, that sort of thing. I really do appreciate that. It just makes me feel really good as a tarot reader. So thank you so much for being here. Good luck with all of this, Scorpio, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.